you get to the end of the month and run out of money, well, there's a chance you've got many liabilities that are just weighing you down that you maybe don't even know you have, or that you don't actually need. So starting off quick, what is a liability? Simply put, it's something that takes money out of your pocket. But technically put, liabilities in financial terms are obligations or debts that an individual or organisation owes to others. They represent claims against assets and require future settlement. For example, starting with the big one that people don't actually know or that are a bit confused about, your own house. That's a liability. It takes money out of your pocket. You've got to maintain it. You're paying the mortgage. You're paying taxes. All that. It's taking money out of your pocket. It's not putting money in your pocket. People say, "Oh, it's an investment for my house." It's not, because right now you own it and you're paying the bills for it. No one else is. So, your own house. Cars. See, cars is a big one because people say, "Oh, but I need a car." You don't need a 20, 21, 22, 23 plate car. That's just to look good. You need a car that's durable and gets you from A to B. So, cars. Clothes. You need clothes again, but why would you get a Gucci top that's, I don't even know, 200 quid, let's say, when you can get a normal black t-shirt for 5 quid? So, clothes. Bank loans, credit card debt, and subscriptions, which is a big one nowadays, like Netflix and Amazon Prime and Spotify, all them, or even like a gym membership. There's like memberships and subscriptions that people have that they don't even know that they have, so it's pretty pointless. So part of the liability side of things is people that borrow money to buy things. Kind of a good point would be, don't buy something unless you can afford it, because it's a constant payment coming out your account. You might think, oh, it's never pay and I won't pay for it for 20 years, but it's a constant payment for them that amount of time with money coming out your pocket, which why to have a car that looks good or that's up to date to try and fit in with everyone else? Who cares? So this is why you need to avoid liabilities, because borrowing money can have interest payments involved, which increases over time and has to be repaid. High interest rates can lead to significant interest expenses, making it challenging to allocate funds for other purchases. So that's what I'm saying. You've got money constantly coming out, and that's why some people can get to the end of the month and they've got all these different things with money, all these little never pays that they think's amazing, and then they get to the end of the month and they've got nothing left. Or if it's a high expense month, like you've got birthdays in it, or it's Christmas, December, then you're going to struggle. And it can obviously cause financial strain, like kind of what I just mentioned, that if you accumulate a substantial amount of liabilities, then you've got a lot of expenses every month that's going to be bad. And then obviously there's the debts as well. If people have a lot of debts to add to it, university debt plus liabilities, not good. And then limited flexibility, like I say, if it's a Christmas time or you want to go on holiday, you're going to have months where you've just got nothing left at all, and that can make you then get into more debt, and then you've got more expenses. Some additional points on why having liabilities is bad. So, debt to income ratio. If you've got high levels of debt to your income ratio, how could I show you? So say your income's like this much and then your debt's like this much. You obviously got more going out than coming in, and so you've got credit cards and you've got your car and you've got university debt and then you've got your income, and you've got to keep putting more on cards to be able to afford everything. You're just gonna look like a really risky individual for lenders, so you probably won't be able to get another house or get anything else really, unless it's again put on debt. because you look like you're not going to be able to repay them, so they're not going to then lend you. And then debt servicing, which is that you're constantly putting out money, like what I described then as well. So you've got more going out than coming in, or you might have a very small amount that you save, like let's say 200 a month. Then you're not going to save anything, so your future is going to be at risk, like if there's emergencies, or if for retirement you're not going to be paying much in because it's all gone out already, so your future is not looking so great. So now I'm just going to have a bit of a talk on the things I thought about. So firstly, I feel like a lot of liability things is to do with people wanting to look a certain way, and and people being like subconscious about themselves. And this links to instant gratification and dopamine as well. And I've got a video on both of them that I'll put on the top right here for you to click on if you're interested in that. So the instant gratification thing is that people want things now because of our psychology and like human history years ago. They don't want to work for something that they'll get later. And then dopamine, when you buy things and when you have a certain car and when you watch Netflix, you get a release of dopamine, which makes you feel good for them, but it's usually like fake happiness because you're not actually making your life any better. And then, like I say, try and make you look better. Some things are street credit, like cars, clothes, shoes. Again, people want to just fit in and want to have something people look at. Most of the time, people are buying things to impress people they either don't know or don't like, so it seems pretty pointless. Like I said earlier, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. It saves you a lot of problems. And then I once heard as well from a financial guy on a podcast that you shouldn't buy a car that's more than 10% of your annual wage. So when you think about that, it's usually going to be quite a small amount. Like if you earn 40 grand a year, if my maths is correct, that's only 4,000, I think, 4,000 you can spend on a car. Right, I'm going to now finish with what having many liabilities can lead to, just to leave you with something to remember and think about so that you don't fall into this trap which is kind of set up for you from leaving school because you never taught about money. Opportunity cost. Heavy reliance on liabilities may limit the ability to pursue opportunities for personal or business growth. Prioritising debt repayment can hinder investments in education, starting a business, or long-term assets that could generate higher returns. Financial dependency. A significant debt burden can create dependency on continued borrowing to sustain operations of lifestyle. This reliance on credit can lead to a cycle of indebtedness, making it challenging to achieve financial independence. Default and bankruptcy. If liabilities become unmanageable and repayment obligations cannot be met, individuals may default on loans, while organisations may face bankruptcy. This can result in legal action, asset seizure, and long-term damage to credit worthiness. Stress and emotional impact. The burden of liabilities can cause emotional stress, anxiety, and strained relationships. Constant worry about debt repayment can negatively affect mental well-being and overall quality of life. Economic instability. Widespread accumulation of excessive liabilities can contribute to economic instability. A sudden inability to service debts on a large scale can lead to financial crises, recession, or even systemic collapses. So that's on the big picture, more for like governments and big companies. And an additional point, debt collection practices. Unmanageable liabilities can subject individuals to aggressive debt collection practices. impacting personal privacy and dignity. That's the big last one. One thing you don't want to happen in life is getting your belongings took from you, or even getting booted out of your house and becoming homeless. So I hope that was good and informational for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, as long as you subscribe and turn that notification button on so you don't miss my videos. Goodbye.